Gabby, I just finished work for the day.
Right now? This is a lot later than the normal time you get out. I'm assuming you just had a lot of paperwork to catch up on after a few of your coworkers went on vacation, right?
Yeah, I was left with all their workload, and so my fingers are killing me from all the typing I had to do.
Well, good work today, and luckily you're finished now.
And good work to you, too. I saw your text saying that today you had 2 meetings, but that after you were able to end work early.
Yep.
What have you been up to since then?
I've just been in the bath getting myself all cleaned up and relaxing. And actually, I'm still in here reading my book. But I think it's getting close to my bedtime.
I see. Well, take your time and relax a bit more. We have a big day tomorrow. You all right meeting at the bus station tomorrow around 10 a.m., right? That should give us plenty of time to eat a good breakfast and for us to make it to your parents by noon.
Yeah, that works. We can't be late for that, so make sure you get to bed soon tonight.
I'll be fine. Even at the latest, I'll be in bed and ready to sleep by 1. But I am a bit nervous about all of this, so I might not sleep tonight.
Well, you have to talk with my parents about us getting married, right?
But what if your dad tells me no or something like that? What am I gonna do? You know how my face gets all flushed when something crazy like that happens, right?
He would never say something like that to you. He really seems to like listening to me talk about you a lot. And both my parents were already happy to hear about us getting married when I brought it up. And my grandma's looking forward to finally meeting you, and she's not that hard to please.
Well, as long as they're all happy, then I guess I'll be okay.
But do you still think it's alright for me not to go see your parents about the marriage? I know you said they live pretty far away and you guys aren't that connected, but is that really okay with you guys?
Well, I don't really plan to talk with them about this. It's not like either of them care what I do now that I'm older. I also remember telling you that they're kind of awful parents in general, so I have no desire to hear what they have to say about any of this. I don't even want to call them, so I'm sorry, but we're not going to go see them. I fear that if I were to show you to them and talk about marriage, they might do something to you or your family. I'm sorry, but we're not going.
Hey, don't worry about it. If you don't feel any regrets about it, then I'm fine. You're the one that understands your parents most, so I'll take your word for it. Sorry for asking again.
No, the fact that you do that so often for the sake of looking out for me is why I love you, Gabby. And that's why we'll be getting married, right?
We really are going to do it, huh?
Are you having second thoughts about this?
No, that's not what I meant. Well, how should I say it? I guess I don't really know what it's going to be like to get married. I've been working long days my whole life, so I've never really stopped to think much about what life will be like after marrying someone. Yet, even though I wasn't thinking about it much, I still managed to find you, Adam. I can't believe I was able to do that.
You act like we haven't been dating for the longest time now.
Well, it's only been a year, right? That's not as long as a lot of people go for. To me, this past year went by in the blink of an eye.
Does this mean that you do feel some reluctance to us getting married?
I'm not feeling any reluctance. I've just never expected that someone would ask for my hand in marriage. I'm surprised I never ran away from you when you first asked me that question.
And I hope you never do. When I think of it, you work from home most of the time, right?
Yeah.
So you never really went out often enough to meet any possible partners. Well, I'm just glad I was able to get to you before any other men started taking notice. I was destined to be with a woman as gorgeous as you.
Us meeting was far more than just a coincidence, huh?
Our first time was back at the gas station when you saw me drop my credit card at the pump and picked it up for me. And after that, we met again at the gym when we realized we both went to the same one.
That's right. It's amazing that we were able to run into each other so often.
Even for those that don't go out much, they still have a chance of finding someone. This definitely has to be our destiny. And after I get to talk to your parents about marrying you, we'll finally be moving in together, right?
Yeah, that's what we've been thinking, right? But I'm also thinking that for a little while, I'll have to work a little bit more for my job.
That's so. I guess I'll be the one moving into your apartment after this, so you can work as much as you like. I'll be there to do any of the chores you need done for a while.
Well, I haven't really cleaned out my apartment in some time.
Well, like I said, I'll be there to help clean while you work. You can just leave all of that to me and focus on whatever you need to get done.
I feel bad for doing that, though.
But we're going to be a married couple soon, so you really don't have to worry about me. Whenever one of us is busy, the other has to be there to support, right? Goes both ways.
Well, I guess I'll let you do that for me then.
All right, thank you. Well, I'm gonna go grab something to eat, and then I'll get into the shower.
Alright. Sorry for carrying this conversation on for a long time.
No problem. I was also talking a lot. Well, see you tomorrow at the station. When I wake up tomorrow, I'll shoot you a text.
Alright. I'll do the same.
Good night.
Good night.
Gabby, have you made it home yet?
Yep, I've made it. And Grandma, thank you for making us that really delicious food today. Even Adam was in love with it and told me he wants to eat it all again sometime.
I see. Well, I'm glad to hear that all of you really liked my cooking. Have my mom and dad said anything about us after we left? No, not anything in particular that I can remember. I guess they said that they think the two of you will really do well after the marriage. Oh, thank goodness. And what about you, Grandma? What do you think of Adam after finally getting to meet him in person? Are you with Adam right now? Nope, he's not here with me at the moment. We still haven't moved in with each other quite yet. Actually, he told me that he was really tired out after all the bustle of today, so we said goodbye to each other after getting off the bus. Adam was pretty nervous to see you all today and talk about marriage. You noticed that, right? Gabby, you really do love that Adam guy, don't you? Yes, of course I do. That's the whole reason we planned to get married. And Grandma, you think that he's a pretty nice guy as well, right? I really don't want to say what I have to say, so to stop myself, can the two of you just call off getting married for me? I can see that Adam is not going to turn out the way you'd like. Huh? What are you talking about? Did Adam end up doing something wrong while he was around you? No, that's not what I'm talking about. I just think that once you marry a man like him, you'll become sad by living the life you'll have started living. I don't understand what you mean by that. I'm very happy about us right now, and I don't think any of that will change after marriage. I know that it seems that way right now, but I'm asking you, please, do as I'm saying. Are you asking for me to tell Adam no after all this time? I can't just change my mind like that about us getting married. Gabby, your grandma knows about these sorts of things. I get that. I know that back when I was living with you and my parents at home, I would always listen to you giving me advice to help me along. But asking me to break up with my fiancé when we are close to marrying one another isn't going to happen, no matter how many times you ask me. I know that. I'm asking you to do something that's really awful. But Adam is doing terrible things that I'm not sure you quite understand yet. I'm not sure myself what those things could be, but I know he's doing them. I'm sure there are many people that hold things against him now because of his actions. You think that of Adam? You're kidding, right? I would never joke with you about something as serious as this. But Adam is just your average office worker. He likes to go to the gym and work out, and he loves going to different cafes to try their coffee. What about that is so bad? No matter how normal and simple you think someone is, there are those that are very good at hiding horrifying things about themselves. But that's just how we are as humans, so it can't be avoided. I have things that people hate about me as well, right? But compared to Adam, the things I'm hated for are nothing. Grandma, you're going to say such horrible things about the man I plan on marrying? Stop talking about him like that. I'm so sorry, Gabby. But before you both get married, can you please think this over one last time? That's the last thing I'll ever ask from you. You can still wait a little longer, so take that time to think, okay? Please. I'm not sure how much longer we will wait to hand in the marriage forms, but I get it. I'll take some time to think this over a bit more. Thank you, Gabby. I really am sorry for saying such harsh things about Adam to you today. That's fine. I understand that you've always been trying to look out for me, and I want to make sure that I remain as happy as I can be. But if there's really nothing wrong with him, I'm going to get married. And if that happens, I want you to stop talking about him like this.
Gabby, when I'm finished with work, is it all right for me to come to your place?
Today's not going to work. I'm sorry. I have to go out for a little bit.
Wait, so you're not going to be home?
Yeah, I have to head out of state for the next 2 days. Sorry.
No worries, it's part of your job, so it can't really be helped. It's just weird is all. Recently, we haven't really been able to meet much.
That's right. I've really had to make my job the priority recently.
Yeah, it just sucks because I was finally able to see your family and talk to them about us getting married. We're getting ready to be married and move in together. I'm just feeling a bit lonely now is all.
But by next month, my work should all calm down a bit.
Next month? Are you saying that me moving in with you before then isn't going to happen?
I guess so. If we can manage, I'd like to wait until after that.
I can even manage all of the things that I'll need to have moved to your place and work with the moving truck for us. And actually, I'd like to stop paying for this place now. I've already paid enough rent here, and I'd like to be out before the next billing cycle.
I understand that you want to get out of there, but wait. Please, I really don't have the time right now.
This doesn't mean something like you're cheating on me or anything, right?
Huh? Why would I ever do that to you?
Just wondering. Recently, we've only been meeting once a week at best. And so I really have no idea what you've been up to these days.
But you can't just suspect things like that. I'm really doing my best right now to finish whatever work I have to get done so that we can move in sooner.
Hey, about us getting married. Do you think it'd be alright if I became a stay-at-home husband?
Huh? Like a housewife? But I guess house husband?
Well, you seem pretty busy with work, right? So that must mean you're making more than I am with my job. So while you're focused on bringing in all the money for the two of us, I can stay home and do chores and cook to make sure that you're not worried about any of that.
Well, you have a point. But to be honest, I'd like it if you kept your job as well. I mean, your current job you have is really good, right? You're pretty high up in the company and have really good health insurance. I don't think me with the job I have can make enough to compare to the job you have currently.
Don't worry about that. I know that you'll be able to work hard and keep us going. And if something were to happen where you couldn't make enough, I could find something to make money from.
Wait, but listen. Didn't we talk about the two of us continuing to work full-time for the first few years after getting married?
But things won't change if I continue to work.
I think we'll be fine if we both work.
Wait. Could this be you getting upset because you'll be the only one working? Are you the kind of woman that thinks all men need to work a job when they're married?
That's not what I'm talking about, Adam. I'm just not sure what the future holds for us yet, so I think it's best that we don't quit anything just yet until we know for sure. Let's just continue what we're doing in marriage, and then we can think about this more if we have any problems.
Well, I really want to start staying at home once we get married, Gabby. Right. You have a lot of money in your savings, right?
Savings? Well, living on my own for a while, I've been able to save a bit. I guess never going out with anyone has its benefits.
Well, we're going to be married soon, so we have to start talking about all we'll be sharing. I'd like for the two of us to have a shared bank account and all of that. It'll help us in our later years by being able to accumulate all of our savings together, right?
Well, that's also true.
And then how about the next time we meet, we talk more about our money? Now, good luck with work.
All right, thank you. I'll let you know when I arrive at the other office. Then let's call for a little bit.
I'm sorry. Since I'm not able to meet you today, I made plans to go out with one of my coworkers for drinks tonight. So I don't think I'll be able to call at all.
I see. All right, then. I guess I'll just text you instead.
Okay. Have a safe trip.
Adam, you told me that from today you'd be coming over here, right?
Yeah, I did say that. I'm on my way now.
You're coming by bus, right?
Yeah. I'm almost to the bus stop near your place. What's up? Are you going to say you have to do some more work now?
No, that's not it. It's just that yesterday when we called each other, you seemed a bit down. And I've been thinking about you ever since.
You noticed that?
Did something happen to you?
Actually, I got a call from my dad yesterday. And he told me that my mom has come down with some...
Are you serious?
He told me that my mom has come down ill with something serious. And he then went on to tell me that the operation for that will cost around $30,000. And before we even talked about paying for it or not, he mentioned that if she doesn't get the operation, things will only get worse. And when I heard that, I started thinking about helping them out.
So, are you going to help them pay for it?
But in my case, I don't have much in my savings for that. So even if I did give them some money, they wouldn't be able to afford $30,000.
Your dad doesn't have that kind of money?
Of course not, and that's the reason he probably called to explain all of this to me. So, Gabby, I really hate to ask this from you, but do you think you could help us with this?
Me?
I don't really have anyone to ask something like this from. I was actually planning on asking you all of this when I arrive. This is all a bit sudden, but you think you can help my family with this one?
So this is how you've been lying to people, huh?
What? What does that mean?
When talking about you, Adam, people bring up a man that likes to scam marriages. Or even better, scam the elderly out of money, right?
What? What are you talking about? Why are you saying all of this now?
Because I know now. I know everything you've done up until now. I know that you have a lot of victims as well. So please don't start trying to give me excuses for all of that.
What the hell? Did you start looking into me behind my back?
I couldn't trust you fully.
Well, if you know about me, then it's over now, huh? Do you think it'll be that simple? Because I was really planning on getting married to you, Gabby. And honestly, I've never done anything wrong.
But right now, you're trying to steal my money from me, right?
I never said I was stealing, did I? I just wanted your help in paying for my mom's surgery. And in return, I thought we could go out for some fun before we got married.
You've really been planning to get married to me?
Yes.
Why?
Because being able to live with you would be amazing. I don't have to work a job anymore. And you already know that I'd be able to live off whatever you've earned. And I know that you have more money saved up than what you told me before, right?
So that's why you want to marry me. You've never actually been in love with me.
Oh, come on, Gabby. Have you not been reading the situation at all? Why the hell else would I choose a single woman that's in her mid-30s to marry? If I wanted to marry someone for their looks, I'd have chosen someone way younger than you. But because of the money you have, I was able to overlook your age and move on with getting married to you. I'm not very young myself, so at this point, we're at our last resort.
You really are the worst. I am so happy that I believed in everything my grandma said about you.
Huh? Your grandma said?
You came to my house to see my family and talk about us getting married, right? That's when you met with my grandma and told her you'd marry me.
And?
She told me she noticed something wrong with you.
What the hell does that even mean? Am I supposed to believe that your grandma is some kind of genius?
I'm not sure if she's a genius or not, but she told me she realized that you're not the man you tried to look like.
That's scary. Maybe she's the kind of woman that thinks she can just judge anyone before really getting to know them. Did she tell you her God said for you not to trust me? You shouldn't believe that crap.
If you want to make fun of her, go right ahead. But I've now learned that you really are the terrible man she told me about. And also, she's been saying that things are finished with you.
Of course they are. You looked into everything I've done now, so there's no way we'll get married, right? And all my things that I left at your house, they're fair game. And you can either keep them or just throw them all out. Goodbye now.
Adam, I actually haven't looked into you at all yet.
Why do you know about all the things I've done so well?
Because just a bit ago, the police arrived at my house. And that's when they were kind enough to tell me all about you.
The police? Hey, what the hell did you tell them?
I told them everything I know. I told them about the house you're living in right now and about where you're working currently. I also told them that you're planning on coming to my place soon and to wait for you to come.
Hold on a second. I told you that I'm not doing anything wrong right now. I made sure to stop all of those scams when I started dating you. That's the whole reason I've been working a normal job now.
You say you've stopped, huh? You mean you've stopped going out with those other girls that you've been stealing money from? I heard that they all threw you away when they realized what you'd been doing. But before any of them could take you to court or anything like that, you had already skipped town and moved to your next location.
Yo, why are the police at my place right now? Please tell them this isn't the right place and give them another address. I can see them on my smart doorbell knocking on my door. I really was wanting to get married to you, Gabby. There's nothing wrong about wanting to marry the woman of my dreams, right?
And so what? You were still only wanting to marry me for my money. I'm sorry, but I don't feel anything for someone like that anymore. Especially when they open up to the fact that they only care about money and themselves like you have.
But I really wanted to start living a normal life. But I really wanted to start living a normal and safe life from now on. Please help me. I need you.
I don't give a crap, Adam. The moment they saw you getting on the bus at the stop, they knew to track you down. They're at your house and your office now, and two are standing with me right now watching the conversation we're having. Man, this is just like my grandma said. She said that you were going to be finished. After that, there were no more replies that came from Adam about his situation or anything, really. The police officers that were out on the watch for him were able to take all that he told me while we texted and use that as good enough evidence to arrest him on the street. And then I started to learn a bit more about how he came about finding me before we started to date. Apparently, he had seen me at the bank one day and got a good look at my account information regarding my savings. And that's when he made me his next target. He then started to learn about my life after that and set up times where he'd bump into me in public, like at that gas station. And to make sure he saw me even more often, he got a membership at the gym I'd been going to so that he could make us seem like we were destined for each other. I was also able to learn more about the other woman he targeted, and they were also all pretty well-off women whom he tried scamming as much money as he could from. I'm sure that a lot of them feel like fools for being played by Adam, but when you find someone that loves you, you try your hardest to believe them. In my case, I was fortunate enough to not lose any money to Adam, but my heart was left with a huge crack in it due to his lies. But learning that at the end of all of this I was able to help in the arrest of Adam, I sort of felt a bit of confidence in myself. Adam is now stuck in jail for a while as he awaits his hearing in court over the crimes he committed for the past 10 years. What else is crazy is that the police later told me, when they were with me at my place, that Adam's parents aren't even alive anymore and that they passed away years ago. I guess that explains why he was never willing to show me to them, as it was all part of his plan to have them be the reason behind stealing my money. I'm just glad that I made the right decision about him before we did anything permanent. I sure was a bit scared of my grandma at first after all the things she said to me about Adam and how she felt about him, but me trusting in her like I've always done was the right call, and I was able to stay out of any sort of divorce situation. But even if it wasn't for her warning, the moment that Adam began to talk about my income and how much I was making, I started to doubt him. Yet, knowing me, I might have just thrown out all of those doubts anyway about him telling me he loved me and fallen for his trap in the end. I really am grateful for what my grandma did for me, so I went to my parents' house again and told her about everything that had occurred. She then replied by saying that she's so grateful that I never was taken advantage of, and then smiled at me with tears of joy. I may have to wait longer now to find someone that will marry me, but I'd say the wait is much better than being married to a fraud. And from now on, anytime I do end up with someone that I love and want to marry, I'll run them by my grandma first to make sure they pass her test. Of course, she won't be around forever, though, so I need to learn from her how to manage myself better when trusting those that I want to love. This world is full of dangerous people like Adam, and so it's important to know how to separate those kinds of people from the ones that actually care about others. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.